Good evening, everyone. This is Red Alert Page Admin Wedge 2099. Tonight, I'm going to do a quick little review, since I don't have anything new recently, of one of the figures I've had for a while now. And I got him secondhand from the comic shop that I usually shop at. And that is Blitzwing. Generations Voyager Class Blitzwing. And he is actually a very good figure. Once you get past the one blaring problem that Hasbro somehow did not fix, that was the shoulders. I did some scouring on the internet and finally found a shoulder fix that worked for me. I think it was Snake Eyes 1975 on YouTube. Did a quick little review of how to do it, and it's simply you have to remove the screws on his back here, and you'll pull apart his chest. See the seam in here? Where the front and the back half come together? Basically what you have to do is sand that down on both sides until it's close enough to where it can allow the shoulders to lock in place, which mine absolutely does. He won't come apart at all. Flexing them, not doing anything. Turn upside down, doing the shoulder twist. Yeah, baby. It's not going anywhere. You have to do it little by little. You're going to be constantly screwing it back together again and unscrewing it again. Eventually, it will work. The other problem with them was the head sculpt is too thick. Being in Florida, no matter how cool you try to keep it, things get hot. This gets room temperature, sticks to the inside of the canopy, and causes some wear and tear. Things get to sticking on the inside of the nose cone here. And there is a replacement head on the market. I don't think I'm really willing to spend the money on it. It does come with a new gun to replace this tiny little pistol. Okay. What I do is, since my Generations Red Alert figure does not have a gun, I put that in his hand, and it's actually a pretty nice size and works just fine. Otherwise, he does come with a sword, and I took a little gold Sharpie and colored in on the inside of this sword just to give it a little bit of flair. Take the sword out. Pegs in very well to his hand. 1 second. Alright, we'll give you a quick size comparison. Move him back a little bit. Bring in Generations Springer. The same wave. Sorry. I think it's focused. It's good enough. And they do scale relatively well. Take him out for now. His articulation is shoulders. Easily go 360. Move those flaps out of the way. You can swing up for transformation. Nice bicep swivel. Get a nice 90-degree at the elbow. He has a universal hip joint. Swings out pretty well. Straight out. Back and forth. This one's a little stiff because I used some super glue on it to stiffen it up, and it's very tight now. This one I didn't, and I don't know if you can see how easier it is to move, but all in all, it all still works very good. He's got a knee bend up in the middle of his upper thigh. It's kind of strange, but I guess in order to keep the tank tread vehicle for tank mode the way it is, that's the sacrifice they had to make, was to put the knee all the way up there in the middle of his upper thigh. He has very good foot articulation. It's got a ball joint there, which allows for a nice tilt and swivel to allow him to do most any pose you might need him to. Like say. Okay. He has the face feature where you can swipe it up or down to change it from one face to another. I'm not really going to show that off. It's tedious and irritating. So let's take him to jet mode first off. It's the mode I like going to first from robot mode. So take the panels from inside of his wrists, swing them over his fists. These are very stiff. Bring his arms up. And it is going to go many, many different ways. So let me zoom it back out a little bit. Okay. Unpeg the shoulders. That's the peg right there that was not going in beforehand onto that post. So you unpeg these, bring them up, bring the gun out a little bit, swing the nose up, bring the chest forward. At this point I like to kind of jam the head down into the body as I swivel it forward. That clicks into place. Move the canopy down. Finish closing. Yeah, you can see that alright. Finish closing the nose cone over the head. And that's the other. That, as you can see, is the other part of the gripe. Swing the cannon turret around to underneath. Push it in, push it up to where it's sticking straight out as you're looking up at it. That way. Swing. Yeah. Make sure the arms are collapsed up like this. Swing them in with the tail fin sticking straight up. Now you see these two holes here. Double verify that we're in focus. Yep. The tabs right here are gonna peg right into those. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. They do. And you bring the legs down. You almost have an impromptu cannon mode. You can see here where there's a little bit of a gap. Focus. Alright. A little bit of a gap right here. That's where I may have sanded it a little bit too far. But it holds together perfectly. I'm not worried about it one bit. Alright. I'm going to take the legs. Swing them this way. Swing it around to where the wing is going to be pulling outwards. And pull it out. Swing that out partially. Collapse in the tank tread all the way. Collapse the feet down. Bring out the tail fin. Now, I switched the tail fins from one side to the other because I like having this covered piece over the open gap like that. That is how these were, well, I mean, if it was swinging backwards, but that open gap was on top. That was just unsightly to me. I didn't like it one bit. That looks a heck of a lot better to me, and it doesn't really make any problems in the vehicle mode. Alright, next step. This little tab right here is going to sit inside this little groove to lock the legs into the body of it to allow it to do the jet mode. So what you have to do, you have to angle it, bring it in, and twist it down. You hear that? Locks it into place. Can't pull it out. Swing that out a little bit. Then collapse the wing back in. Rinse and repeat. Turn it. Pull the wing out. Collapse that tank tread in as far as you can. Collapse the foot down. Bring the tail fin up. And again, you've got that little tab right there. In there. Twist it in, and click. It's in. They have these little fillers here. You swing out. So when in jet mode, you don't have that unsightly gap. Push those out, push that out. Alright, last step. If you see it here, focus this again real quick. Alright, that post is going to go inside that hole there, that slot there, and on this side. That is the last bit to locking everything together in this jet mode so that nothing flops around. Sure, the wings flop around because they're a little loose, but that's just how it goes. You just have a little bit of straightening to do sometimes. Flip those up. And there he is. He is a rather nice looking jet mode, I'll tell you that. Be right back. Now, to fill in this little gap back here, you take the post on the back of the sword, put it in the hole here, lying down. There you go. You could peg the gun in the slots under the wing. I'll bring it down some a little bit. It can be mounted under the wing. Now there is a landing gear here and molded in. Whoa. Molded in wheels right here. They're not very good. They don't do anything, but put it down and he sets just fine. There he is in jet mode. It's nice. It's better the two alt modes. Alright, let's take them And we're going to take them to tank mode now. So, again, take all the accessories back off that you just put back on. Collapse the wing fillers in. Now, just untab the arms from the back of the legs. Reverse twist the legs to get them out. And pull to separate them. That will allow the room for the tank. Take the nose. Oh. Sorry. Take the gun turret while everything's all kind of flopping around. Bring it back around. Up here on top. Take the nose. And that locks in right underneath the belly. Turn the legs like this. And collapse the wings back in. Turn it up to where the wings are upwards. Collapse them in. That pushes the tank tread back out. So pull it all the way out, leaving that exposed. Come around and pull out the front half of the tread from inside the leg. Both sides. Now, collapsing it back in. There's a tab right here. Goes in that slot. Same on this side. Alright. Finish collapsing in the wings. Now the tank treads are all the way out. Now, just the same way you did the wings into the body, you put the tank treads in the body. This tab here is going to lock right back into that spot where you did for the wings. So twist, bring it in, and you will not hear a click this time. What you will see is that tab on the side of the chest is going to tab into this slot here in the tank tread. If I can get it in. There, that's clicked in. That's not clicked in anymore. Forgot, like in a lot of the promo shots, these were collapsed in. These are fillers for the tank mode, and that wasn't supposed to happen. The firing missile gimmick. Alright, bring these back out. Alright. Again, let's put that up there. That tabbed in perfectly this time. Move these arms out of the way. See? It's going to tab in there. Flip it around. Make sure that that tabs in there. That's done. Finish swinging these out. There we go. And that came untabbed. Yes, they do come untabbed from time to time. But I just put it back in without even looking. How about that? Bring that around. Swing that down. Bring the turret forward. And it popped out again. There's a lot of pressure on it. That's why it's kind of popping out. Flip these down. Swing the forearms to the side to make the turret kind of round this time. And again, take this notch, put it in that same hole as they did for the jet mode. Squares in, squares in. Press it together just fine. Then just finish the feet. The feet really don't have much to do. They just sit there. There we go. There's different ways to collapse the feet. And there he is in tank mode. You can put the sword in up there again. You can also tab it in on the sides here as well. Tank mode is kind of the weakest of the modes. It does have spinning wheels. They are just simply plastic. They are just plastic spinny wheels. So they don't roll very well on a wooden surface. But at least it's solid. Doesn't wiggle. I put a Hollow Glow Repro label on them there. Yeah. So, all in all, I do like this figure. I recommend getting him. I will put him in back into bot mode too, so don't worry about that. Cannon fires by pulling back, and then just reinsert. Locks it right back in place. And that's good to go. One last time, fun for everyone. That way you see how the shoulders get locked back in. Alright. Now, let's separate the back, which it loves doing. Untab, untab. Collapse these back down. Swing the legs down. Turn around because this is now the chest. Open the legs, treads back up, put the... Wow, I tab them in really well, don't I? There we go. Push that back in. Collapse. Collapse these tank treads back in a bit. And they do sit out some. It's how you think they look best, because they don't. These don't collapse all the way into the legs while he's in robot mode. Oh, turn it around. Fold open the feet. Oh, turn that one the wrong way. Fold these up. Collapse the hips back together. And he's almost halfway back in robot mode already, and I'm doing all that off camera. Awesome. Scroll back a little bit. Refocus. Okay, bring it forward here a little. Alright. Bring the nose cone forward. Unpeg the arms. Swing them out. Swing them down. Flip open the head. And I like putting the nose cone at this angle right here. Almost out of camera. Let's try it again. And you'll see why in a minute. Bring that down. Collapse the chest back in. Click. Bring that down. Bring the cannon up. everything fits snugly back there now. Now we bring the shoulders into view, and we're going to lower them, and that notch is going to go right over that tab that I showed you before, that one. Listen to that click. Leave that up, swing the arm down, swing in the cuff, rinse and repeat for the other side, lock that in, leave the arm up, swing it down at the shoulder, and bam, back in robot mode in all of his glory. Make sure that's all together. That might be why I left the landing gear out. He's got good articulation. He looks good in 2 out of the 3 modes. I would recommend getting your hands on him any which way you can. eBay, a con, or secondhand comic shop or something like that, like I did. So in closing, he is a good figure. He's got his issues, but I knew that going into it. As soon as I picked him up at the store when I was there, I messed around with the shoulders and they were loose as could be. There was nothing I could do about it, but I got him anyway, and I turned him into a perfect figure. So, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I know this takes a little long for me. I'm a bit of a windbag. I talk a lot. Can't help it. That's my personality. So, if you like, please like the video. Leave any comments. Ty, I know you're going to leave something on there for me. I look forward to it. Subscribe to the channel if you like. I'm going to post this on my Red Alert page and on the Megatron of Art page. Probably, later tonight or tomorrow. Please, leave any comments. I'll answer. Any suggestions or recommendations, if I have said figure or whatever, I will try to do a review of it. I do have the next review set that I know I'm going to do, so that's taken care of. All right, finishing up. I know I'm getting this whole end game thing kind of confused. Like, share, subscribe, like I said before. Appreciate everyone who watches. Thank you very much. Hope to see you around sometime. Goodbye.